appreciate you joining us for a quantum consciousness journey with me, Jessie. Please enjoy these extracts from my clients' journeys. They've consented to sharing this with you so you can gain an understanding of what a quantum consciousness journey may entail, as well as rippling out the healing gained. Your own journey to remembering your magnificence is awaiting. In the meantime, enjoy travelling with us now.
Just really feeling into your breath, letting the body be still, relaxing further with each breath. With each breath, relaxing, expanding, just feeling with each breath, your body letting go, pulling away, expanding you out. Just breathing, expanding further and further with each breath.
The deer. It's like I'm standing on the edge of a forest, and there's a very beautiful deer like Bambi, just standing in the shadows, and behind her there's this figure. And the figure's kind of feels quite ethereal and subtle and not shy, but not private.
Tell me more.
This figure is actually inviting me into, not openly inviting me into the forest, but there's an invitation to move in that direction. And I'm trying to move away from the forest, but part of me is mesmerized.
Tell me more about the mesmerized.
It's like there's the beam of energy that is drawing me in. And as I surrender to it, just gently, and stop trying to move away from it, all these it's like a Disney film, all the magical bunnies and bluebirds. Everyone's coming out to say hello.
Amazing.
And as I move into the forest, into this wood, like a path, and I let myself move down the path. And as I move down the path, there's a really weird sense of crackers. There's a really weird sense of all the flowers and all the plants bowing. And I can't see that white figure, but I'm moving towards. This feels like some kind of cliche Disney film. I'm moving towards this I kind of I don't know if you know the poem Old Mother Hubbard with Old Mother Hubbard.
Yeah.
He lives in a big shoe or a big boot. It's like like a big boot. And someone's in there because there's smoke coming out of the chimney.
What do the flowers and the animals that are greeting and bowing, what do they offer or seek?
They offer first word that came to mind was respect, which is weird.
It's perfect.
And as I stand outside this door or outside this big shoe, it's like all the flowers and all the animals have gathered around me. If flowers could walk, and everyone's waiting to see if I'm going to go inside.
Just allowing yourself in this moment to follow with opening the door. You're staying for a few more moments with the flowers and the animals. Just fully experiencing what it feels like in this very moment. So just allow yourself to know
What's happening? All these animals started to appear. Wolves and friendly wolves, and horses, and a Disney castle. And then a little voice went, what if you stop seeing and stop feeling?
and how
And
does
when
that shift from seeing to feeling?
what I'm
Okay.
experiencing, it gives her the sensory experience of this state of being. And that experience is one of being connected to all there is. So as I'm standing in this forest, having closed my eyes to all the animals and stuff. It's like my awareness is brought down to my feet and my conscious, it's like I go down into the roots of a tree and realize that I'm literally all the trees at once. I'm this tree and all the trees.
And what is the greater purpose of this being shown to Kate?
She's everywhere all at once. If she knows this state of being, she just likes to tell herself that she doesn't.
And how does this support her intention of embodying and anchoring to the resonance of her magical multidimensional tree?
It's a reminder. It's like turning the volume up on a resonant state that she already knows. She just didn't realize that that's what this is.
Tell me more.
She didn't realize that she's one with nature, that she's a fairy. Oh, I want to say fairy princess, fairy queen.
Beautiful. That she is.
And as soon as I said those words, I felt my heart go, "Ugh." like a real discomfort in speaking those words, like those
Why
words of
is that? It's the wisdom in those words.
because it's the truth of who she is. She's royal and embarrassed to be not embarrassed. She doesn't believe, and until she believes, she can't hold her resonance state.
And what's the greater purpose of her not believing right now?
Humility, humbleness, connection.
Tell me more.
Like all beings, Kate is divine. She doesn't want to lead. She doesn't want to stick her head up.
This is being shown to Kate. Greater purpose, this experience for Kate.
It's really, really simple. It's holding this resonance, which is the key to her divinity, to her leadership. It's not in words.
And how will Kate stay best connected to this energy for all time?
Nature. She can use the imagery of the trees, one particular tree, to activate this vibration. She's had many, many experiences of this before and not realized that this is her radio station. And because she's been in this resonant state, actually far more than she realizes, with the intention of surrendering to love, that in and of itself is what's opened the channel. When she's in this state, she can recognize it by the energy in the soles of her feet, particularly her right foot, which is very familiar to her. When she's in this state, she can trust the assumptive. She has a pure connection to the divine, to all there is. The radio station is strong.
How will life be forever changed for Kate?
It'll give her more confidence. And so give her more confidence in knowing this and being able to tune into this. She'll be able to play more tunes. She'll be able to amplify the messages of light coming through, because she's doing it from a place of knowing, grounded and elevated at the same time. And there's like a wise old, like not Gandalf, but someone like that. It feels very Disney. It's very funny. It's like Gandalf coming out of the trees now with some kind of gift.
Lovely. What does he wish to offer? The gift, Kate.
Yeah. It's like a scroll of paper that he unfolds, and it's got ye olde worldy calligraphy written on it. It's a spell.
Tell me more.
It's a magical spell of really high vibrational codes.
As this wisdom expands for every scroll, what comes to you?
And there's images of the padlocks being opened and aeroplanes taking off and like big vault doors swinging open.
What's the greater purpose of this being shown to Kate?
That these codes, this spell, and this spell is not a spell of words, it's a spell of frequencies. It's like it unlocks some kind of launch, it unlocks something, things, activates takeoff.
Help me understand the codes, the frequency codes, and the takeoff.
It's consciousness. The frequencies, the codes activate and unlock consciousness, and the ripple effect of that in the collective, it's like a launch pad to, it's like the Super Mario Karts, I think that's what it's called, game where you go to the next level.
Yeah.
And my ego, my identity is going, this is ridiculous. My identity is going, I don't know what you're saying, but this is ridiculous.
Just going to let that go. Just allow yourself to know.
It's all in the codes.
And how will life be forever changed for Kate, having seen this scroll of frequency codes?
Because the codes are the fruit of the tree. And she is the tree. And now she knows what the tree is. She doesn't need to be frightened of it. She knows it's pure. It's a source. It's not a random. It brings everything into alignment with source. So what it does is it simplifies everything for Kate. She simply needs to open and channel the source. And Andromeda and all of those other energies will contribute or be part of that. But this is about Kate letting go of her identity and being willing to spend more time in the field connected to all that is. So it's an invitation for Kate to spend more time in silence and stillness in this state of being, and to start to discern where she is on the scale of her tree. It's an invitation for Kate to start to play by discerning Kate in her densest form. And the Andromedan energy is actually part of her lineage. It's not random. Just as Kate's not Kate, she's not that either. She is, like all of us, part of the all that there is. And knowing this vibration, this resonance that she's experiencing now, gives her the GPS coordinates. It gives her the structure that she can create tension with.
Tell me more.
Well, from this state, it's like if she chooses to tune into Andromeda or any other being from this state, it's like buying a ticket to New York, knowing that she's in London. And so what that does is it brings more clarity, more potency to the code and any messages to the collective. And she doesn't need to be bashful or embarrassed by taking time to actually come into this state. You don't need to do things any other way other than that which serves her and the mission, back to the mission. And now there are other wizards appearing, and they're a motley bunch. They're not like they're not like really shiny wizards. This lot have been, they've been hanging out in the woods for a while. They're all a bit like grubby.
Out of nature, glorious.
Yeah, the wizards of nature.
Yeah. What do they offer or seek?
They want me to see them. No, they want me to ask for their help. They want me to know that they're there and to start asking for their support.
And why is this important for Kate?
They haven't been asking. Kate's been trying to do everything on her own.
And with this asking, how will life be forever changed?
Because she's using all of the resources available to her in the unseen. She doesn't realise that she has a whole team who've been bored and waiting for her to actually ask. She doesn't realise that she can ask for pretty much anything. When she holds this resonant state and asks from this place, it's like sending a foghorn out into the universe. It's not an invitation to ask for riches in the material sense, although those will come. It's part and parcel of the game. It's an invitation to ask for love. It's an invitation to ask for opportunity, for connection, for wisdom. For those are the true rewards of being in service. And Kate's in service to the collective, not any one individuals, although individuals cross her path. Hers is not a channel for personal details. Hers is a channel for messages for the collective.
Tell me more.
She chose to incarnate, to learn, to trust, to remember, to serve, to bring her people, our people, home. And that can be misunderstood. In fact, Kate's misunderstood it. She doesn't need to try and figure anything out. She just needs to translate the light as cleanly and purely as she can whilst holding this vibration. And knowing this vibration now makes everything easy and light. And then more Kate plays with this, the more she'll experience stepping into the perceived future, which may get confusing. She hops across timelines, which we all do anyway. But she'll experience more exaggerated versions of that.
And what's the greater purpose of that book?
She's able to guide the collective towards the light, always towards the light. The more Kate the more Kate strengthens this muscle vibration in presence and in love, the more potent and powerful those messages of light are, and the clearer they are. A bit like a really beautiful harvest of apples on a tree. And it's when she collapses this resonance, collapses out of this resonant state, that's when some of the apples rot on the vine, on the branch. That's when distortion, fear has crept in, and the transmissions become more heavy. So this vibration is an invitation to iron out the creases. This vibration, this resonant state of being, is the direct connection to divine love, celestial light, home.
And how does this connect the intention with this journey today of Kate embodying and anchoring to the resonance of her magical multidimensional tree?
And this is key because just like any intergalactic travel agent, she has to know where she is before she can start, before she can be truly in service, before she can create portals or codes or transmit codes. For as long as she's not in resonance with this state of being, the codes that she's here to transmit will get lost.
Tell me more.
She's here to transmit codes into the collective. That's her soul contract. Self-actualization, boundaries. Boundaries create power. The boundaries are empowering, I should say. Boundaries charge the beacon, and Kate's contract is to be the beacon.
As you go deeper into this truth of what you're experiencing, has come this beacon, this contract.
Father Christmas is behind me.
Tell me more.
It's this really warm, jolly presence. He wants me to kind of lean back, just like a child would. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Mm.
What wisdom does he wish to impart?
He's he's inviting me to surrender and just be supported. And as I do that, he's showing me a book, like a big storybook. And he's telling me that I'm the ink. I'm not the words, I'm the ink that makes the words across all the pages in this book. And as I look at the words, the sentences, like the ink is alive. It's really weird. It's like the story is constantly changing because the ink is moving and changing shape and changing form.
Greater purpose does this serve Kate?
It reminds her that she's the creator. She's a living creator of all that is. She is life, and life is forever changing, unfolding. And while sometimes that can appear chaotic, it's the nature of things to be fluid and unknown, the more that Kate thinks she knows, the more limited she becomes, which is paradoxical. Then not only does Kate need to let go of needing to know, she also needs to let go of everything that she thinks she does know.
Would now be an appropriate time, a respectful time, to take some space and time for Kate to surrender some, to let go of anything that's holding her back from living in her resonance, your codes and frequency. As much time as you need, letting you know when you're ready. Allowing time, space.
I'm getting the sense that there's an energy, a presence wanting to come out of hiding. Keep getting this sense of popping out from under the bed and then going, oh, you see me, back again.
Is there anything that you can offer them? Safety, trust, or help them come out? You have to offer them
Reassurance and light. I want me to open up the curtains. And so this, I don't know if you've ever seen the horror film The Ring. It's a girl down a well with hair. And I wouldn't recommend it. I watched it years ago. She's got disappeared. That's who's been hiding under the bed.
What does she offer or seek?
She's telling me that she knows magic, but for as long as she is perceived as bad or evil in any way, she can't share it.
Do you wish to stop?
I want to put her in a hot bath and wash her and clean her like you would a child, and love her. Even it's really interesting. It's just like when I say love her, because there's something really unknown about her, and yet she's asking me to take off my glasses and see her. That's interesting. Right.
What do you see?
She's showing me that she holds the is it called a stylus on an old record player with a needle? It's called a stylus. She's showing me that she holds the stylus to the record player, and that the words, the codes will be played on a record player. And she holds the stylus. That's what and she wears it a bit like a hat pin.
What's the greater purpose of this being shown to Kate?
That what Kate perceives as being dark, and those aspects of herself that she perceives as being dark and dangerous aren't anything of the sort. They're simply an invitation to offer love And the more Kate can clean the lenses of her perception glasses with love, the more clearly she'll see. And as she sees more clearly, the keys will come.
Tell me more.
Kate doesn't need to look outside herself for any keys. The keys are inside. Keys to the codes. The keys are like a perfect alignment of geographical coordinates and frequencies. Like geographical coordinates and love. The energy of love.
And how will life be forever changed?
Because knowing this makes everything very simple again. She just needs to come back to this vibration, this resonance over and over and over and over again. And I'm getting the sense that Kate's traveling, but not necessarily in the way that Kate perceives travel to be.
Tell me more.
Kate has the that's bonkers. Kate has the Kate has the ability to biolocate. No, Kate has the ability to be in different locations at the same time. She just doesn't know that she has that ability yet. So sometimes, yes, they'll be traveling in the traditional sense, but other times it's consciousness that's traveling.
And how does this support Kate?
Again, it's just knowing that from this resonant state, she can access all sorts of skills and places from this resonant state. This tree is really healthy and happy. And when she's traveling, she physically or consciously, coming back to this resonant state is what creates the momentum.
Is there any more would like to be shared or gained in this moment? Any wisdom shared with Kate, or anything Kate would like to offer in return?
Love, an exchange of love.
It's taking a moment to exchange that love